Hi, Moshismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. Pass it on if you believe someone else will benefit from it. I'd appreciate that. Okay, guys, let's talk about how we have to really be discreet with our ideas when we're amongst other people. I know when we have ideas, we want to talk to people about them. You don't want to keep ideas to yourself. You don't want to keep good news to yourself. It is really delightful to be able to share things with people and confide in people with good news, because you think that they would be genuinely excited just like you are about that idea, and they would have your best interests at hand, and they would be excited. But I found out since I've been awakened, and the more and more I educate myself, because I'll never stop learning about the deception of human beings. And I'm not even certain if all of them are narcissists, and pretty much I'm almost certain that everyone that has these type of behaviors in which I'm about to describe are not narcissists. They, however, have adopted narcissistic personality disorder behavior, even if they don't have the traits. They demonstrate their behavior on a regular. You see it because it's under disguise of trending. It's under disguise of what's popular. It's under disguise of everybody is doing it. Whether it's dressing a certain way, doing a certain thing, or just being a certain way, you know, getting along, going along to get along, it's like I like to say. But I want to talk to you about ideas. You're going to have to learn to be discretionative, very discretionative. Case in point, I'm a contractor. I've mentioned this before in videos. You will sometimes get a customer that will ask you to come and look at some work, and when you get there, they will become inquisitive of sorts. And this is before you became in tune with a lot of stuff regarding personality disorder. You just would share different things, because they would inquire, how would you do this, or what would you do to accomplish this task? And lo and behold, you don't get a call back from that customer. What has happened is they've siphoned the information on how and what to do and what this entails. Nothing's wrong with that, because they're genuinely it's seemingly genuine the way they're asking you questions. But there's a deception, because they're asking you these questions because they have no intention of hiring you to do this work. And so that is one aspect of how you need to be more discreet. And another one is, you may have friends, and this is something I've experienced a lot, but I'm able to see it ahead of time. And little to their knowledge that I notice, I handle it a different way now, as opposed to sharing as in times past. I'm going to show you how you do this. I had an individual call me, and they say, well, you know, I have a porch, I need to tear it apart. I have a job for you. It's a porch I need to be torn apart. Now, what they don't know is that the intuition told me, and they have a track record for this. They're always calling me about different jobs they want me to do. I want you to do this. This is what they say. But what it in actuality ends up being, I want you to give me the scoop on what this would cost. And so what they're doing is siphoning the price of what this would cost to do this job, and they go on to get that customer and that job for that price. They go on to get that job that they have you under the illusion that they want you to do. And this is how this works. Now, you would say to yourself, you know, that's not totally wrong. Well, it's deceptive, because you don't tell someone you're going to get them, you want them to do a job. but in essence you want them to tell you how much this is going to cost to get done, and you go on to do the job, and the customer who enlisted you, you give them that price because you don't know how to bid the job, is what I'm saying. Why don't you just ask a person like myself, and I would be very, very forthcoming. I would share it with you. I would rather you come to me straight. Nobody takes kindly to deception, period. And so you come to me and say, well, you know what, Mochismo, I got this deck I need to tear apart. I got a job over here, a project, and this is I don't know how to bid it. I don't know what I should charge. Can you look at it for me? That is something I would be willing to do, because there's so much work around, and empaths, we generally choose to give information, and we give encouragement, we give advice, we give knowledge just for the sake of seeing somebody grow and thrive. We really don't look for anything in return. But in this time that we're living in right now, there are a lot of deceptive practices, and that's just two of them I just named. So we really need to be very discreet. And and you've heard content creators say before, if you have ideas of any kind, you must come to a point where you don't share them with a lot of people. And I would say go even better than that. Don't share them with anyone, because there's rarely anybody you can trust when it comes to ideas. And you may say, well, it's not a big deal. I'm not worried about them knowing this. It's not a big deal to me. It's a big deal to the hero. It's a big deal to the deceiver, because what they do is they take your ideas and make it their own, and they're sabotaging your character in the process. Not only will they siphon the information from you, they will smear you and make it look like it's their idea, and you're trying to capitalize on their idea, which is in essence your idea. So it's not enough that they're doing this conniving stuff, but they're trying to make you look bad in the process. And I've talked to you guys before, if you have a business or a side hustle, and this goes for you women too, you're doing different things. You may bake cakes at home. You may have a lucrative or a thriving cake business, and you're talking to your girlfriends about the profits you're making. Business is doing good. These girlfriends, or this particular girlfriend, if she's a narcissist, because the line of questioning from these so-called friends will alert you and your intuition as to what they are. Are they well-meaning friends, or are they blood-sucking demons? Their line of questioning, they won't even allow you to finish telling your story. They will interrupt and interject like, who's that? Where are they at? What is that? What is that address? Where they live again? They'll keep on asking you the same question because they need you to reiterate, because they're taking mental notes. They're taking mental notes. You're the teacher. The narcissist is the student. But the thing about it, they're always flunking out because they only pay attention for a moment, but they have selective memory. And so that's why you'll find them asking you something 2 or 3 times, because they need to solidify, because they got so much mess in their head. They have so many people's business in their head, and the brain can only I won't say store, but the brain can only handle so much information. It has to actually trash a lot or store a lot in the back part of your brain or wherever, and you have to make room for new stuff. So the narcissist has a trash bin that's full 10 times over, and this is why they go through life seemingly not knowing where the hell they're going, because they really don't have no continuity. They are in everything all the time. They never have what we call object constancy. They cannot sit their ass down in one spot. They cannot pay attention to one thing for 5-10 whole minutes. Their concentration is not there. They are all over the place, but they will siphon your ideas and information from you, and they will call it their own. And with this cake business, they will ask you all these stupid, dumb questions, unorthodox, interruptive questions, and they will harvest this. Before you know it, they're baking cakes and taking your customers. A lot of you might not have noticed this in this way, and you may not have realized that there are some things behind the scenes that are going on. I hope I just made it make sense to you. This very well could be the reason. You just need to revisit mentally, who are you keeping company with? What kind of conversations are you having? And when you begin to see this stuff, it's going to make you say to yourself, wow, not only am I having to educate myself and stay abreast of narcissists generally, but all the ins and outs and intricate, scandalous things that they do that are associated with their disorder. And all things meaning everything you can think of. Every despicable thing that you can imagine. So there's not just a handful of things. There are a handful and a handful and a handful. You don't have enough hands for the things that the narcissists are involved in. Because again, they don't have object constancy. They are observing people and things and places for all the wrong reasons. They are observing them because they need this intel in order to create this facade of a life. They need you and the things that you're doing to cut and paste a life for themselves, because they don't have a life. This is why they come in and they try to take your character and they do a character assassination. This is why they come in what they call they do what you call energy transfers, and they also do someone said they do a role reversal. They want your life and they want to give you theirs. So this has been very, very eye-opening to me as I've been educating myself about this disorder and just living my life. I've been able to see these things on a constant basis, and I thought I'd bring it to your attention so you can be mindful and pay a little more attention to these things and not just get laxed around certain people or most people and just begin to start talking casually and loosely about all of your ideas. And I hope this helps you guys. That being said, bless.